to FRL. We are here waiting to start in Japan at the Suzuka circuit. Short qualifying, 50% race, full damage, dynamic weather. We could have a wet session, and it does not seem like they were ready to get going. Nolan has just joined. Okay, so the order seems to be reshuffling. I think they were just waiting for Nolan to get in. But from wherever you are in the world, welcome in to this beautiful grid lineup we have here. So many fast drivers. Any one of these guys can win a Grand Prix, and I mean anybody in this. Someone has commented, so I'm just gonna give a little hello to who. That's the question. Hello, Crockett. How are you doing? Where are you? Okay, you need to pick the car. Yeah, Crockett Gamer's one to watch out for. He can win a Grand Prix. He's shown it before. Let's just have a little rundown of the standings. So on top is, of course, Gil, who is on 133 points. He's won the past two races, and behind him is QBR Joost, who's been leading the championship ever up until last Grand Prix. Unfortunately for him, he did lose out. Had a pretty eventful race. He did get fastest lap in Canada. And it's Crockett Gamer in third. He's picked up 2 wins this season, 3 podiums, so he's been pretty consistent in that regard. He's also been in the points quite often. Then it's Ginger down in 4th position. He is only 1 point back from Crockett Gamer. He's managed to pick up 3 podiums, but unfortunately last time out in Canada he had an awful race. I think strategy played a huge part in that. Then in 5th place is is Max here today? No, I don't think Max is here today. So Max will not be adding to his 75 points, so that means if Zach can pick up a decent amount of points, he's only 1 point back from Max, his fellow Frenchman driver. Then he can pick up 5th place in the championship. That is, unless of course if ILRT Jordan has anything to say about it. He's got the pace, but he's just been really unlucky. He had a streak for a very long time of not scoring points. He won in Spain, but then he didn't score for the next 5 rounds, only to score in Britain. As now we are ready to get going for the Japanese Grand Prix. We've got 18 minutes of qualifying, so everyone's going to come out and set their own laps. Whoever sets the quickest will be starting on pole position for the race, and we will have to just load in and see whether it is raining or not. Young Pizza, I don't know who that is. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Hope you are well. Suzuka is worst circuit IMO. Well, I actually think it's a pretty good track. It's one track that you do not want to get damage on. If you get damaged and your race is absolutely ruined, you can be flying through the S's section, but you're not going to be able to keep up the speed which someone with a full wing can do. But it looks like a dry session. Who will be the first to come out? Someone else has commented again. Is it Young Pizza? I'll have to wait and see. Is anyone going to make the move first? I can hear the engine firing up in one of the boxes. Who is going to be the first one to come out? Who's going to be the one to set down the early benchmarker? And it looks to be like it's a Williams. It is Jordan, so Jordan is coming out first. This is a very slow track, about 1 minute. Oh, both Williams are coming out. A good qualifying lap would be maybe the the high 120s, I'd say. You'd want to be maybe in the 1 minute 27s, I guess, to consider it a decent lap. Of course, you could also be in the 1 minute 26s which is near impossible to do. So both Williams drivers have come out early on. The man in second place in the championship is behind his teammate ILRT Jordan. As it looks to be a Toro Rosso that's come up behind them. I think that is PNP Louis or Lewis. I'm not too sure. Then there's a Ferrari behind them, which I believe is T1000 Zach, the Frenchman, who's been consistently in the points. He's not won a race yet, but he's been on the podium a couple of times. Hasn't had the best last couple races. He had a poor race in Baku where he ended up DNFing. He was at the back for most of it. Coming onto this one, I think probably the longest straight into the infamous 130R flat out 8th gear, and then into the Casio triangle. They are going to slow the cars up to start their laps. Coming through the triangle now onto the last corner, opening up onto the straight. DRS open, and now Jordan has begun his lap. He could maybe just be giving a toe to his teammate as well, who's backed off a little bit, so he's not going to be trying to get the toe off of Jordan there. Into turn number 1 they go. There's a McLaren letting everyone go by. That's either Flip-Flop or Dylan Warren. I think it was Warren. Yeah, Warren's going slow through here. Dylan Warren is making his return to actually I don't know if he was here last race or not. He's left VRT. He returns to his Dylan_Warren name. He lets his teammate Flip-Flop Fish go by. Nolan has also started his lap. I believe that this is his first race in FRL Season 3. He's flying through, coming into Degna 1. And he's gone purple through Sector 1, but he's invalidated. So that is his time off the board completely. Is Jordan still pushing on his lap? We'll have to see here. He is still pushing. He's coming in through Spoon curve right now, just at the sector split at the end of this straight here. So we will have to see if him or his teammate are going to go purple. Which one is it going to be? So Jordan's going to go 11-1 through the second sector, and he's going to go, Yusa's going to go 4/10 up on that. And I'm not sure about Louis, but Jordan's going to invalidate it through Casio triangle, so it's going to be Yost to set the lap first. Where's he going to be? He's going to do a 27-1, which is that's a very good lap for a banker lap. Louis is miles off that with the 28.5. T1000 Zach is going to do a 1 minute 27.6. There's now the rest of the drivers are coming around the final corner. I believe that is an Alfa Romeo of Ginger. No, it's not an Alfa Romeo of Ginger. Timon has just gone second fastest, and then Alan Vos, so the Racing Point boys take up second and fourth place. Here we come, seeing Ginger crossing the line. Where's he going to go? He's going to go only 6th fastest. Not good from Ginger there. He was not far off of Crockett Gamer, who also just completed his lap. So they are looking to be fast out of the blocks. Flip-Flop Fish is going to be one of the only 2 drivers to be in the 1 minute 28s by quite some margin. 3/10 until he's not in that 28 range. Who can we watch on a lap? Dylan is going to cross the line. He's going to invalidate it. Pluism Bull is on his debut race. Looks to be pretty slow through here. 13.6 in the middle sector. So he might have messed up somewhere in the first sector, but he just does not know it yet. Coming around the second to last corner in the Casio triangle, and he's going to pull into the pits. So there's no lap from him. What about Nolan? Nolan is flying through, just about to come to 130R. I believe that not used. No, he's just completed a lap. There's a Toro Rosso coming around the line. Who's going to go? Where's he going to go? I don't know. Gil's going to go 3rd fastest. Where's Nolan? He's pulled into the pits. Come on, set a lap. What about Simply? He's also making his return. He's going to go only 9th fastest, so he's also in the 1 minute 28 here. It's very difficult to keep up with everything when you're the only one commentating. Please just bear with me as I struggle to get everyone's name right. Mikulis, he's started on his lap. Terror Racer's out for his out lap, as everyone seems to be pulling into the pits. Chapelele has had a pretty decent run. He's gone into 5th place, so he's ahead of Alan Vaux, who's just pulling back into the pits. I don't think anyone is on a flying lap right now, except for Michalizzi, so I guess we'll go on board with him. He's just come out of Degner 2 into this very tight hairpin. Still using ERS mode 5. Now he's just about to head up to Spoon Curve in this flat out corner. Is it a corner or is it a curve? We will never know. Into the heavy braking zone, braking down into 5th gear, getting onto the accelerator early now, opening it up onto the straight, down into 130 yards. Yellow flags in sector 3. I think someone might have retired in the pits or something, or someone's just come out. Both Williams boys are back out on the track. So Michalizzi's going to go in 11.6 through the middle sector. Looks to be pretty decent in terms of other drivers. He's going to now come into Casio Triangle. Is he going to finish this lap? He almost invalidated it there. And yes, now he's going to finish this lap. Where is he going to put that Mercedes? He's only going to go 9th fastest. He's in the 128 range, but he is the quickest out of the guys in that niche. ILRT Jordan has started his lap as well. He's got his teammate behind him for company, who is on an out lap. He might have given him some sort of slipstream. Louis just about gets out of the way there. Almost has him run plain into the back of him. But that Toro Rosso currently sits last right now. He's getting out of the way of Yost. Is now on to this winding straight here. Well, I guess that's kind of a parallax. That's not technically true. Never mind that. He's gone purple to the middle sector. Has ILRT Jordan. He's 111.1, I believe. Now into Casio Triangle here. You can ride those curves pretty well, but it's easy to spin the car. He's reached the deployment limit across the line. Where's he going to go? He's going to go 2nd fastest in the 127.4. So he's still 3/10 off of his teammate, who has just started on his lap as well. So we might as well follow along with him. It's an Alfa Romeo. I believe Terra Racer will actually spectate him as he crosses the line. Seems to be struggling through Casio Triangle with lag maybe. Across the line, he's going to go 6th fastest. Decent from Terra Racer there. He's set a pretty good lap on that occasion. There seems to be a Renault finishing a lap or starting a lap. Okay, just glitched out for a second there. I believe it's Crockett Game Mode's just either started or yeah, he's just started a lap. So everyone's coming out for their second laps. We are halfway through this session here today. Dylan Warren, where's he right now? He's currently coming up to Dunlop Curve. This is a very easy place where you can misjudge how quick you're going and you can go into the grass, which Dylan Warren almost did. Now he's going to cross the split. 31.8, so he's quickest right now in that McLaren. Coming now through the Degners onto this short little... It's not really a straight, is it? Just a short portion of the track into the hairpin. He's keeping it in 3rd gear, which is very interesting to see. Now opening it up onto this flat out curve on his way down into Spoon. Plosenball goes 11th fastest ahead of his teammate. There is Terra Racer getting out of the way of McLaren, who is steaming through. He's purple through sector 1. Where's he going to be as he comes now up to the 2nd sector split, where he's going to cross into the 3rd sector almost at 130R. He's going to be in the 111.2, so it doesn't look like he's gone purple through there, and he looks to be just behind ILRT Jordan right now. Flip Flop Fish is on the apex of Casio Triangle. That could have killed Dylan's lap, but he's still going to cross the line. Where's he going to go? He's going to go 6th fastest, so Flip Flop might have put him off just a little bit there. Nolan's just crossed the line. He's gone 2nd fastest. That's a really good lap from him. Where's Blue Racer? He's still learning with no traction control. Dedication from him though, so I commend him on that note. He's coming into Casio Triangle now, using up not too much of the curb there. Seems to be struggling with the traction on that exit there. He's going to cross the line. He's going to just get ahead of Louis. He's going to go in 17th place, so everyone has set in a lap. Nizzo's still not in the session. He's not in qualifying, but he has managed to get into the session. Yost is quicker. How can he find pace when he's already set a 127.1? I guess the track is just rubbering in. Is he going to go purple? You bet he's going to go purple. He's a 10th quicker. Could he be in the 1:26s? He's just coming into Casio Triangle now. See, he's using up a lot of the carbon. He's invalidated. No, he was... Oh, That's really unfortunate for him. He was really quick on that lap. Timon has gone quickest through the middle sector. Is he going to see this lap out? It looks like a decent one. He's going to come around the final corner across the line. Can he improve? He's not. He's going to improve, but not by enough. Gill's on a lap. No, he's not. He's slow right now. I think. No, not Alan Vore. Might have been flip-flop fish. Yeah, he just set a lap to go 10th fastest. Alan Vore's going to start his lap, so we'll have to check in on him later on. Coming through the SS section, simply in that Ferrari. His teammate is in 6th place, so he's going to be determined to get quicker here. He's already 1/10 up through the first sector. Could this be a sign of things to come? He's going to come now through the Degners onto this short little portion of the track, up towards the hairpin, braking heavily, going down into first gear, quickly short shifting up into second, using as much ERS as he can, coming now down the curve towards Spoon, and we will have to see what his sector time is looking like when he crosses it. And through Spoon now he comes. Blue Race is going to pull into the pits. Michelizzi's in the middle sector. So we're simply going to go in that Ferrari. Is he going to be quickest through the middle sector? He's gone 6/10 up, and he's quickest through the middle sector, so he's improved by 5/10 in one sector. Now into Casio Triangle. This looks to be a really good lap from Simply right now. Around the final corner he comes. Is it going to be enough for pole right now? No, he's going to go 4th fastest. Very valiant effort there from the Ferrari driver. Who's about to complete a lap right now? Looks like a McLaren is right now. Who is that? I think, no, they're coming to the pits. Gill's gone quickest through the middle sector, and he looks to be on a flying flyer right now. Into Casio Triangle he comes, using up as much curve as he physically can. Now coming down to cross the line. What's it going to be? He's going to go 3rd fastest, so the Haas drivers disrupting the Williams party. Right now bumping Jordan down into 4th place, who is on a lap right now, and he's 3/10 up. So this could maybe see him on pole position, but Pleasenball is in his way, so that could have put him off just a little bit. Pleasant's just starting his lap, as now Jordan still goes quickest of anyone. Not in the 1:26s yet, but it's a very, very good time from Jordan now. The drivers only have 4.5 minutes to set one more lap. Who is on a lap right now? Crockett Game is on a lap right now. He's coming through Dunlop Curb. He's still pushing on this lap. He's down in 13th place right now. He's quicker through the first sector, but only by 7/100. So that's not going to see him too far up the order, disrupting the top 10 at all. But that is no matter for him. He's going to keep pushing. He could have made a mistake around the middle sector or the 3rd sector. So his lap is not over in one sector just for now. As now into Spoon Curb he comes, braking at the 50-meter board, coming down into 5th gear, braking down to 3rd through this second part of the corner. Now up the gears now with still 5th gear, 5th ERS mode. 50% left on that meter, but you can see the little deployment bar is not filled enough to complete the lap. He's gone 2/10 quicker through the middle sector. Now he's braking at the 100-meter board, using up a lot of the curb there. That was a very good line. He's invalidated through the second curb there, and that's going to see him come back into the pits. Pleasenball's not going to try and set another lap. So the only driver who might be on a lap is Jordan, and he's going to pull into the pits. But now drivers are going to be fitting their last set of tyres. They're going to try for another lap. Eustace just started his lap. He seems to be the only one on a lap right now, but I believe that there is a Alfa Romeo somewhere, and I think that Louis either just spun the car or he's letting guys by. It's Ginger starting his lap, so we're going to have to keep an eye on the Dutchman there, who is 3rd in the standings right now, but he's down in 14th place on a 1:27.8, so he's 8/10 behind ILRT Jordan. He's coming now through the SS. Oh, capturing the curve a little bit there, a little bit drifty through there, but he's given up on that lap already, so he's going to try for another one. And Jordan, I thought Jordan was the one on the lap. It's Used, who is still quicker through the first sector. He's just gone 1/10 up. This will see him in the 1 minute 26s, which if he can do is going to be incredible for him. He's coming into Dunlop curb, not Dunlop, this is Spoon curb, breaking down into third gear, quickly shifting back up into fourth, now moving back up the gears, using overtake mode on the ERS. He's still got a little bit of deployment left in that Williams. He's going to set a 1:10.6 through the middle sector. That's purple. Everyone seems to be getting a purple middle sector right now. Braking now for the penultimate corner. Can he keep it in the track limits? Yes, he can. As now opening up onto the straight. This looks to be a flying lap from him. He's going to go in the 1 minute 26s. It's a 1:26.811 for QBR Used. So the Williams boys back up, locking out the front row for the time being. But for how much longer? Because Nolan is quicker through the first sector. He's getting the toe off of his teammate Gil. So this is great coordination from the Haas boys. Gil's going to have to dive out of the way through the next part of the track, as now Michelizi's gonna get, whew, that was close between Michelizi and Gil. Everyone is lining up for an outlap right now, but they need to be aware of Nolan, who is still on his lap right now, crossing the line. Is it enough for pole place? No, I think the lap traffic really screwed over Nolan there, as now Gil's gonna have to attempt his lap. He's probably going to take up that slipstream of his teammate, but I think Nolan lost it a lot through there due to the other drivers. PMP Louis is not going to try for another lap. Flip Flop Fish is also going to accept 11th place provisionally for now. Nolan will not be happy with that lap. Terror Racer's going to retire. He's just going to set a 1 minute 27. Everyone is on their lap right now, so we're going to have to watch in the third sector to see who is setting their lap. I believe that Ginger is on his lap right now. He's still in the middle sector right now, coming up to the split line, and I believe it's Alan Vore or Timon right behind him, as now Ginger is going to go 4/10 quicker through the middle sector. This could see him challenging for the top 5 positions. It's now into Casio Triangle they come, using up as much as the curb he can, sticking to the inside line through here to set a 1 minute 27.3. That is 4th fastest for Ginger, jumping from all the way down in 14th, now up into 4th. Alan Vore is going to go 7th fastest. I believe there's a Renault of Blue Racer jumping Michelizi in that Mercedes, and now Timon's going to go 4th fastest, displacing T1000 Zach. Gil's dropping down the order like a fly right now. So now he's going to cross the line. As I say that, he's going to set a 1 minute. I can't keep up with everyone setting their laps. Jordan's given up on his lap. Where's Used? Used is also not going to try for one hit. So I believe that this is your starting order. It's going to be a Williams Haas. That is the front 2 rows of the grid. As now we wait for the last of the drivers to pull into the pits. As I can read out the completed qualifying order, and both Williams have pulled into the pits at the same time. So we're going to see Jordan sitting there for quite a while. I guess we can use this time wisely to read out some comments that we could have. Jordan's just going to retire from the session and let everyone get on with their days. So now we move on from qualifying, getting ready for the race at the beautiful Suzuka circuit. Historical track this one is. So your starting order is QVR Used in P1, and that is the Frenchman of of Gil in second place. Then it is Jordan in third. Fourth goes to Nolan. Fifth for Timon. Then it is sixth for Zach. Ginger's only going to manage seventh place simply. On his return is going to take eighth. Alan Vore is going to take ninth. 10th for Crockett. Then it's Chapelele just missing out on the top 10. Dylan Warren way down in 12th. That is not where he wants to be. He's 8/10 off the pace. Then Terror Racer in 13th. Flip Flop Fish starts in 14th position. I did not get to finish the rest there. I will be back in just 1 minute. Hello everyone, I'm back. We are just getting ready for everyone to finish their strategies, which it seems to have done. So the formation lap is now underway. I didn't get to finish, but it's the Plusenball in 15th on his FRL debut. Blue Racers in 16th, and it is Michelizzi in 17th. Rounding out the grid is PNP Louis. Looking to be a very exciting race today. It is the battle of the Titans right now. QVR, Yost and Gil are in reverse championship order. For them too, it's Gil leading the championship with Yost in second position. I'm just going to quickly get the standings up right now. Currently it is Gil leading the championship with 133 points, 133, and it is Yost a pretty long way back with 119.5. but what I seem to notice for these two, except for an exception in China where they finished 1 and 2, whichever one of these guys has a good race, the other one has a bad race. So by his standards, of course, this is a bad race, but finishing 5th in Canada goes to Yost, but then winning the race for Gil, and Gil also won it in Azerbaijan where Yost DNF'd, and then Gil only managed to finish in 5th place in Britain, but that was a whole other show. That was terrible. And then you can see in Austria, Gil DNF, but then Yost won. And it seems to be like these guys can't take success and share it between them. They have to be fighting always, as now they round 130R. Seems to be like a Red Bull of Chapelele holding everyone up right now. Let's just check for Flip Flop. He's actually in the pack, so he's not doing the strategy he always does. He's running into the grass just a little bit there. I'm surprised. Good job, Flip Flop. You've been considerate of others for once. So the driver with the most wins this season so far, with 4 wins. QBR Yost, 5 podiums for him. So, and then there's 6 podiums. Is that 6 or 5? Can't count. 5 podiums each. 3 wins for Gil, and 4 wins for Yost. So they have been swapping for the early wins in the championship. We are ready for 5 red lights to go out today at any moment. So we await the start of the Japanese Grand Prix. 5 red lights, and we are underway. Who's going to get the better start? It looks to me like Gil got the better start. He's on the inside line. He might have jumped Yost. They are 3 wide further back in the pack into turn number 1. Gil's going to take the lead of the Grand Prix. Nolan's going to jump Jordan, who dropped all the way down into 6th place. It seems like he's had a really bad start here. Timon trying to go around the outside of Ginger. Doesn't seem to have worked. Jordan's going to have to lift off there. Simply is up into 7th position. Looks like no major incidences. Dylan Warren's had a terrible start. He might have wing damage on that McLaren. You can see he's missing an end plate, so I think he might have made contact with someone coming into turn number 1. We go on board with QVR Yost trying to track down the Frenchman of Gil. He's getting right up to the rear of that Haas car. He seems to be in a Haas sandwich right now as his Gil's teammate Nolan is in second place, as now Jordan gets back up into 5th position, overtaking Timon. Could simply maybe try and take a slice out of that cake. He's got his teammate right behind him of T1000 Zach for company. They are 7 and 8 right now. Looks to be a good day for Ferrari so far, as now up the straight they come. We are watching Gil and Yost fly through 130R. Now coming down into Casio Triangle. No one's made a move yet, as they come to complete the first lap. It is VRT Gil leading the way with QVR Yost in second place, Nolan in third, Ginger's in 5th, and Jordan drops down into 5th position. That is your top 5 right now. Looks to be a really good start from Ginger actually. He's jumped 3 positions. He started in 7th all the way up into 4th, and if one of these guys has an incident already, then he could be in a podium position, which he has not seen since UAE. That is Abu Dhabi, of course, and it looks like the timing screen is glitched for me. That's very strange. It looks to me like my timing screen is glitched. That's very annoying to look at, I guess, because that might not actually tell me when someone is leading the Grand Prix. We won't observe it for now, but it's really frustrating actually, because it looks like someone is closer to someone when they're not. Like Terra Racer is not 2 minutes behind Flip Flop, no matter as looks to me like they were side by side here, coming in through Spoon Curb for 16th position. It's Blue Racer and Louis, and Louis's been pushed off the track there. He's got Dylan Warren way back from him. Poor guy, I guess. But not okay. I'm actually just gonna quickly. I have another invite, don't I? Yes, I do. Okay. I want to see if I can fix this by leaving the session, just so I can fix the timing sheet, because that's very frustrating. Because that's really pissed me off. That is. I apologise for swearing. We're not swearing. We just load back into the session. Right, okay, hopefully this has worked. So we are back in the session. Doesn't look like anything has happened drastically at the front at all, but now the interval's just not showing at all. Absolutely brilliant. Maybe it'll show when they cross the line, hopefully, but it's still Gil leading on lap 3 right now. We are on board with Nolan. I'd sneeze. Okay, yes, we're back. All of the timings seem to have reset themselves, so now you can see when someone is right behind someone, and it looks like Jordan has been spun into turn number 1. Jordan is off and into the gravel at turn number 1. It looked like he tried to go up the inside of Ginger, and it did not work. He was not given the room, and he's way down in 14th position. Jordan's dire season continues. Oh, so unfortunate for him. He was looking to have a decent race. He was up in 5th place, but he did lose it off the start. That's so unlucky for him. He's now way down, falling into the clutches of Michalizzi, who also is not having much luck this season in that Mercedes car. Alright, let's look back up to the front, because still these guys have a pretty strong 4/10 each gap. It looks like Ginger's losing out quite a lot a lap to Nolan though, so that front three is beginning to break away. Timon is right behind Ginger. Could this be a battle for 4th position? Just falling off the rostrum is 4th place. Now the Ferraris find themselves in 6th and 7th, so it looks to be a good day for them as well. Hopefully they can keep their noses clean and keep them off each other. Is now into Casio triangle they come. DRS is enabled on this lap, so Timon will have an opportunity down into turn 1. But we will have to see, because we know what happened last time with Ginger and Jordan. That is a terrible camera angle. It's now up the inside of his teammate T1000 Zach into turn number 1, makes the move stick, and that is a Ferrari swapping positions, keeping it clean with each other. Alan Ford's just watching from the shadows, is now having a little battle here. Is Jordan, I think, oh god, I think Pleasant Ball spun out of turn number 2. Jordan finds himself up into 12th position now, so I think there was an incident between them two. They will have to look at it with the stewards, maybe. Could this be a harsh 1-2, or could Yost keep his nose in there and keep his hat in the ring for the race win? Hang in there, baby, hang in there. There's a pretty sizable gap between the Alfa Romeo and the Haas car, both Ferrari supplied engines. You can hear the distinct whistling of a Ferrari engine. Compare that to the loud humming of that Mercedes powered Racing Point. Now onto this short little straight here. I believe that Yost is looking tastily up the inside of Ginger. He's not, no, why am I saying Ginger? He's looking up the inside of Gil. He's not going to make anything stick yet. Into Casio triangle they come. He's going to have DRS on the Haas driver here. He's losing the back end just slightly. Now DRS, he's not got it enabled. He could have had a DRS failure here. Nevertheless, he's going to use the slipstream. Never mind, he's got DRS open. He's going to use the slipstream, but he couldn't get a move done into turn number 1. As, oh no, Nolan is spinning around and he's left in the middle of the track, and he's done well to keep that off the racing line. He's going to reverse back onto it though, and hopefully not pick anyone up there. He looks to be okay. I think Micheletti also had an incident somewhere, because he is miles off the pace of anyone else. And Jordan is in the pits for the first time. So Nolan's contention is over, so now it is between these two to fight it out. I think Nolan tried to squeeze it up the inside into turn number 1. It did not work though. He was not given the space. He's now down in 11th position. I don't think he took any damage from that scrap though, as now Crockett Gamer is out of this race. I'm not too sure what's happened with him. He's being overtaken by everyone. Could we see a safety car at some point? It does not look likely. Crockett's left the session. I think it was a manual retirement. That's a strange one. Is now on the second straight, crossing over the track now. Through 130R they come. Gil's going to defend the outsiders. Duke's going to send one up the inside. No, he's not. How are their ERS situations stacking up? Juice seems to have a decent amount there. He's got a much better situation than Gil right now, who's been using as much as he can to defend. We're on board with the Williams. He's going to look to the outside of the Haas driver. Now into turn number 1 they go. It is Yost moving up into the lead of the Grand Prix. Nolan's taken a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Ginger's still holding this train up behind in 3rd position. He's bringing up that final podium position, as Gil's lost a lot of time to Yost already. I do apologise if I make any mistakes in this at all. I don't try to make any mistakes, of course. I try to keep it as correct as I can. So Gil's lost a lot of time to Yost, but I believe if they keep it this way, Yost won't be leading the championship. It will still be Gil on top. But a 1-2 for these guys would be a rare sight to see, as now this is a long train stemming back all the way into 7th position. So it is a field of 5 cars. Ginger just takes a 3-second time penalty for extending too many times, as Alan Vore is bringing up the rear of this train. He's in 7th position, so it's a decent amount of points for Alan. through 130R they come now. Just having a look, seeing the championship order. Decent race from Alan Vore last time out. He managed to pick up 4th position. He's sitting 12th in the standings right now. He's not had a good record for the last couple of races. Zach leaves the session by coming into the pit lane. Gill's also left the session. Has the session crashed? Some of these guys, I don't quite know why some of them have left. Timon's managed to get up into 3rd position ahead of Ginger, but they will soon track down and overtake Gill, whose AI is left stranded, left for dead. Just gonna pop Gill a quick message, just asking him why he left. I'm actually gonna do the same for Zach as well. Gonna try to not miss anything. Can't really keep my eyes on 2 things at once. Now the racing point of Timon is gonna manage to get off 2nd place. Should be the easiest move of Timon's life. All he has to do is just waltz right through the ghost of VRT Gill, who's left the session. He was on pole position. No, he wasn't. He was in 2nd place behind Joost. He took the lead after 1 corner, and now he falls into the clutches of the Dutchman, soon to be overtaken by Ginger, who seems to be getting tracked down by Simply in that Ferrari. It was a good day for him. He's up in 5th. Last time out when he raced was in Britain, and he was out of contention after turn 1 where 3 or 4 drivers went off the track. He's just lucky to still, I think he'd be happy to still be running in this race. Still he has Alan Vore in hot pursuit behind him in that Racing Point. Good day for Racing Point, actually. If he can pull off some of these moves, then ahead of Ginger and Simply, then he could be in 3rd place, which would be a double podium for the Racing Point drivers. As now a yellow flag in Sector 1. Who could that be for? It doesn't look like anyone on the map. Dylan's out of this race. Could that be a safety car? Doesn't look like it. They could be turned off for this race, actually. I'm none the wiser. I don't know anything right now. As now Ginger has been left for dead by Timon. He's now fallen into the clutches of WSO Simply. Gill's out of contention. He's down in 6th place and he's miles off of Joost, as now Ginger is going to be one of the first of the front runners to come to the pit. Also following suit is Alan Vore. Flip Flop Fish in 7th place is going to fall in behind them too. Dylan's out of the session now. Blue Racer's in the point. That's good to see from him, but he's not stopped yet. We're just going to change this detail to stop, so you can see only a couple drivers have made a stop. No one in the top 10 right now, aside from Ginger's, made a stop yet. So while it might look like Chapelele or Blue Racers in 6th and 7th, they're actually miles back. They're going to be overtaken by guys like Flip Flop, Zach, Alan and Ginger when they eventually make their stop as well. So they're not out of the mud. No battles seem to be going on track right now. It's looking to be a pretty boring race at the minute. But if things were to stay as they are, Gil will be way out the points, and I think if Joost can just keep it clean, then he is gonna absolutely walk home with this race. Zach is back in the session. I actually forgot he left, so he's rejoined. He's gonna soon take control of that Ferrari. Is now all of the top 5 are gonna come into the pits. Chapelele is gonna be the leader of this Grand Prix. We're gonna have to see where Simply and Timon come out compared to Ginger. We're gonna go on board with Ginger actually. You can see he's not beaten out Timon, but he's managed to come out ahead of Simply. He's definitely bridged that gap. He's bridged that gap to Timon, and he's back within DRS range, but it looks like Alanvor managed to jump Simply in the pit stop phase. Now Gil is out of the points, so what looked to be a really good race from the Haas drivers now leaves them out of the points entirely. Nolan on those hard tyres, so he's looking to go long in this race. As everyone's tyres are going to die out, he's going to be on fresher hards. Well, not fresher, but they're going to be less degraded, less worn out, and he's going to have a bit more grip than them. So he's playing the long game right now. He's about to overtake his French adversary T1000 Zach up the inside on exit. He does not make a move stick though on that Ferrari. They're coming now down onto this curb. He's going to go around the outside of Zach. That was a very feisty move, as now the Haas overtakes the Ferrari, as Gil's also rejoined the session. So this Ferrari is out of the points. Now Blue Racer comes into the pits. That leaves Pluzenball and Chapelele to come into the pits. Pluzen has fallen behind QVR Joost, who is leading this Grand Prix. He's only 1.8 behind Chapelele, who is leading the Grand Prix right now. A notorious bottle job, but he's running in P1 right now, so take what you want from this Grand Prix as he leads it right now. Still following behind Timon. This is a race-long battle so far between Ginger and Timon for 4th place right now, but that's going to turn into 2nd place eventually. So both these guys on the podium right now, for now at least, as now Gil is catching back up to T1000 Zach on his charge through the field. He might have experienced some lag. Both of these guys had left the session a couple of laps ago, but they are both back in the session. Could he do what Nolan did? He's going to move to the outside, does Zach, and he's going to open up the inside for Gil to move into the points, back into P10. Haas back in the points. Zach down into 11th position. He can't catch a break right now. Ginger looking to have closed that gap. He's got more pace on these medium tyres right now. He just got 1 lap older tyres than Timon, so theoretically Timon should have more grip, as now with DRS he's going to fly down the straight. Timon's going to defend to the inside, so Ginger's going to have to be forced to go round the outside into turn number 1. Do they make contact? No, they don't. Timon holds the inside line. That was brave defense there, and he manages to hold net P2 for the time being. That was a great bit of racing there. It was short but beautiful, to say the very least. Alanvor watches from the shadows though. In that racing point, his teammate trying to defend from the Alfa Romeo, who his teammate is way down in 13th. Terror Racer's not having a good race right now. It's pretty tiring being a hard-working commentator. We're about to cross into the halfway point of this Grand Prix. Is now through Spoon Curve they come. The 2 leaders right now. Chapelele is going to be, well, I'd say, mugged off by Joost. Both on medium tyres. The difference is Chapelele's tyres are much older than his, than Joost's. 12 laps compared to 2, so it is much different levels of grip. Is Chapa gonna come into the pits? Not quite. With DRS though, it should be an easy overtake for Joost. On the start finish rate, yellow flags in sector 2. I think that is Zach spun around. Where's my marker? Oh, I was changing the freaking detail. Zach being overtaken by Michalizzi, falling into last place, so he must have had a big moment with someone. He's not missing any of his front wing, so he might have been spun around by someone. That could be the case. No safety car, no virtual safety car in this Grand Prix. Plenty of yellow flags though, so that is strange to see, to say the least. How many people? 10 people watching the stream right now. Welcome in, everyone. Hope you're having you're enjoying the race. Hope you're enjoying my commentary. Not much notable events happening in this race right now. I apologise for yawning. How's everyone enjoying their Friday night? Friday night's a lovely night. Of course, the world is in quarantine, so I suspect you've not gone out your house today. Don't know who I'm chatting to, but Ginger is still catching Timon. Could he repeat what he did last lap around the outside? We'll have to see, as now Yost is beginning to bang out these fastest laps like they are pieces of like it's a punching bag. Now around the outside goes Ginger into turn number 1. Can he get the move done? This time it looks like he's made it. That was a crisp bit of driving there from the Alfa Romeo, and now he moves up into net P2. He's got Pleusenball up ahead on his debut race in 3rd place right now on 14 lap old medium tyres, so he's not stopped yet. Him and Chapelele neither have stopped. They're going to be way down the order once they do eventually come to the pits, but they are going to have much fresher soft tyres to their name. It's the only battle that's going on right now, so that's the only thing that I can commentate on. That's the only thing I can commentate on. Yellow flags in sector 1. I think Zach's day is getting worse. Yeah, he's lost it. He's going very, very slowly. Is he trying to trigger a safety car? If I turn on telemetry, he's not applying any throttle. I think he's trying to trigger a safety car right now. I'm not sure if he's allowed to do that. He's stopped on track. What are you doing? Come on, just pick it up. It's not going to be a safety car. I'm not sure if he's allowed to do this or not. But he's about to be lapped by Yost. He's now picking up the throttle, so I think he just left the session. Safety car has not come out for him. It's a pretty strange tactic, I'd say. One thing that's going to be helping Ginger right now is going to be Pleusen, who's not stopped yet, but he's going to definitely have to come in sooner rather than later for a set of soft tyres that can maybe last to about lap 10 maybe? To about 10 laps, so he could theoretically come in now for softs, but we don't know what he's going to do with that. There's now only 3/10 separate Ginger and Timon. This race-long battle, it's been going on since about lap 2 or 3. These two fell into place for the high points paying positions. Surprisingly, no DRS on this straight actually. In through 130, which is a flat out corner. Imagine no DRS through there, you'd fly. You'd absolutely fly out of the cockpit. Wait, no, you wouldn't, you just go into outer space. There's now Pleusenball is going to get in the way of Ginger, but he's going to allow for Ginger to pick up DRS. We get this really nice helicopter shot, seeing these guys fly by at 320 kilometers per hour, absolute astronomical speeds. As now Nolan gets past Flip Flop Fish on the 10 lap old hard tyres that he fitted on after he came into the pits. Very, very talented driver is Nolan. He knows how to make an overtake done, as now Flip Flop moves down into 9th place. Nolan back up into 8th, so he's on the charge. He's got Simply ahead of him, just 2.8 seconds up the road. He's coming through Dunlop into Degner 1 now. I do apologise everyone, but I'm just going to have to step away for another minute. Actually, yellow flags in Sector 2, who are they for? Doesn't seem... I think it is Shapper. Shapper's in the barriers. Could this bring out a safety car? He's lost a bit of his front wing, and he's going to reset the track. When it's safe to do so, he's getting out of the way of ILRT Jordan, who finds himself back up into the points. Those 11-lap-old medium tyres are definitely going to mean Jordan's going to have to pit again. Shapper's, I think he'd be wise to pit now, because he is way down the order, and he still has to pit. So as I said before, I will be back in just a minute. I am back. So what's changed? It looks like Chapelelli's given up on this race. He's retired in the pits, which is what you should do. Instead of retiring on track, you should always retire in the pits, no matter where you are on track. Bring it back, bring it home. As now everyone has pitted, soft tyres fitted for Plewis and Bull, so he should be the fastest man on track. The track is going to be completely rubbered in at this point. This battle still goes on. Alan Vos definitely dropped off the back, but 2 consecutive P4s would be very good for the Racing Point driver and the Racing Point team. They're going to pick up a good amount of points from 3rd and 4th, but they want more. As now into turn number 1, is he going to send a move? No, that is way too far back. You almost don't brake for that corner. You just lift off ever so slightly. Now opening it up through turn number 2. Now coming down into the S's. Both the pair of Dutchmans come through. These are pretty low speed corners actually. You don't really go flat out too much opening it up onto Dunlop. You just lift off ever so slightly through here. We get this nice panoramic view coming now with right alongside the camera. Ginger's running pretty wide out that corner through the Degners, so he might have carried just a bit too much speed. Coming now down into the hairpin, a very well, if you're opportunistic, it is an overtaking zone where you can capitalise on the slowness of another driver. Joost has absolutely run away with this race, whilst he is coming now almost down into 130R. The rest of the guys behind him are coming through Spoon, so that's this is dominant from Joost, to say the least. His teammate, his troubles continue. He's down in 9th place. He had a pretty bad start to the Grand Prix, spinning off of, I believe, Gil. Don't quote me on that though, but I believe it was Gil. Can you show me how many how many warnings Timon has? I guess that many. So Timon has no warning, so very good from him actually. Yellow flags in Sector 3, who is that for? I think it is the Mercedes of Michelizzi. Continuing his dire day. He's the only person in Sector 3, so I just assumed. I apologise if you are commenting because... oh, what about Gingy? Ginger's got one penalty for one penalty, 1 warning. So right now, oh, you've just spoiled it. See, we would have had... I shouldn't have done that, but Timon does not know that. So Timon is still tracking down Ginger, even though provisionally, with only 8 laps to go in this Grand Prix, Michelizzi takes a 3-second time penalty. His day has gone completely down the drain. You'd like to think this is a familiar sight. Not a good exit there compared to Ginger, but he's still got DRS assistance and slipstream, but I believe that Ginger's also got that too. He's got slipstream off of the Ferrari ahead of T1000 Zach, whose AI driver is casually just running around the track as Louis manages to make up a position on Blue Racer. That's through 130R. That could have been a very good move and we missed it, but that's a shame. That's only for 12th position, but Louis managing to make his way back up the pack. Where's Pleasantville? Pleasantville has done a 130.8. I don't know the fastest lap. I believe it is still belonging to Yost, who sits 8.8 seconds out ahead. Blue Racer's going to come into the pits. He sees no reason to fight for 12th position, so he's going to try and fit soft tyres and go for a fastest lap. Might as well, you're way down the order, and you know what, it could bless him. At some point Nolan's found himself in 6th position. Gil also in 8th. He's tracking down WSR, flip-flop fish coming through spoon curve, very almost drift-like through there from flip-flop. I can't say his name, Flip-Flop. It's a terrible name. Of course I'm joking, but it's very hard to pronounce. Flip-Flop Fish. Through 130R they come. You can see the different levels of confidence through there. Gil just takes a much better line. Now in through Casio Triangle they come. Who is going to get the better exit out of there? I think it was Gil still, as now with DRS, Flip-Flop is wise to let him by. Now down the start finish straight, Gil's going to move up into 7th position. Could have been so much more for these guys today, the Haas drivers. It's a shame though, isn't it? That's how things play out. I believe the team picking up the most points will be, I think, Williams. Yeah, I think Williams is picking up the most points out of this Grand Prix because of Jordan's position. He's going to try and track down Flip-Flop. I want to find Flip-Flop's I want to find his predictions. Here they are. So he said that Crockett was going to win, but that's not happened. Crockett's retired. He said Ginger would be 2nd, which is true for now. He said Simply would be in 3rd. Simply's in 5th, so it's plausible that he can get up there. Now still in pursuit of Ginger is Timon. We are on lap 22 of 27, about to be lap 23. He said Alanville would come 5th. He's in 4th right now. It's not a bad prediction. He said Yost would be in 6th, but he is, he's in the lead right now. One thing he did say was that Timon would come in 15th with the fastest lap. I don't think he's got the fastest lap right now, but he's in 3rd position. I'd much rather be in 3rd position than be in 15th with the fastest lap, as now through the S as they come you can see he's closed that gap a lot to Ginger. Pleasant Bull is looking to make up points in this race. Into turn number 1 they come. Terror locks up as now Pleasant into the points on those fresh soft tyres, so it looks like the long game has worked out for him. He's now on a much more rubbered in track. Rubbered. It's a funny way to say things. Flip-Flop is hanging on to Gil. He's still improving even on 13 lap old medium tyres. How has Jordan kept his tyres alive for 17 laps? He must be struggling a lot. Blue Racer sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. He goes into the 129s, 1.8 seconds faster than his fastest lap on the freshest set of tyres on track, but he's not going to be making any impact on the points. He's 24 seconds back from Michelizzi, who's also had a pretty bad day. Mick has definitely struggled though this season. Let me have a look at the standings. He's been in the points here and there, but for the most part he's kept out the points, whereas he's actually... Okay, never mind, he's in 8th place and he's taken points in every race except for China, and he actually got a podium last race. I didn't know that. He took his first podium of the season last race in Canada, but it looks like his point scoring streak that stretches back to Abu Dhabi for 5 races is coming to an end this race, unfortunately for him. Has anyone scored in every single race? No, no one scored in every single race. I mean, every race that they've taken part in, ILRT Thomas is the man for you. But other than that, no one else has points. Which is crazy, actually. No one else has scored points in every race, not no one else has points. Let's have a look back up at these guys. They are still going hammer and tong for 2nd place. Timon doesn't even know about Ginger's penalty. He's still going hell to leather. He's got less ERS though compared to Ginger, but I think he has more fuel than Ginger right now, so that's making Ginger lighter, and he's actually improving right now, not lifting off 300 kilometers per hour through 130R, cutting the corner a little bit there, but he seemed to... I think he got away with that. I think that's okay. DRS is available to Timon, but I don't know if he's opened it or not, which is getting this rubbish view of his wheel. Don't know if he opened it or not. Now into turn number 1, he's definitely losing ground to the Alfa Romeo, as Gil is battling with Flip Flop Fish. Coming now down into turn number 1, Flip Flop was wise to back out of that one. Now Michalizzi moves up into 12th place through 130R. He might have made a move around the outside. That would have been a very audacious move, but now he locks up coming to Casio Triangle. Louis is on the outside, Michalizzi's on the inside. This is a battle for the ages. Now with DRS open, Louis is gonna stream past him, retaining 12th place for that Toro Rosso team. No points for them today. Neither of their main team drivers turned up to this race. AXA, who's had a pretty poor season so far, only on 9 points, who's down in 20th place in the standings. He is not here today, and then his teammate on the contrary, who's having a great season on 75 points in 5th place, is also not here. Only one Toro Rosso today, and that Toro Rosso is in 12th place. Timon seems to have closed this gap even more to Ginger through the middle sector. He surely will be able to make a move into turn number 1. Coming through now into Casio Triangle they come. Only 4/10 separate these two, and I think Ginger had the better exit still. Yellow flags in sector 2. Who's that for? I believe that is for Michalizzi, and his battle comes to an end. Either he's not opening no, he's not opening DRS. I think he might have had a DRS failure. Ginger runs a little bit wide coming to turn number 1. That's going to maybe allow Timon to get through. No, it doesn't look like it. Into turn number 1 they come. The Haas and the Ferrari. Nolan back up into 5th position. Pretty big gap between Gil and Simply though, of about 4 seconds, but that seems to be coming down pretty rapidly actually. They're both on the same aged tyres. Only 2 laps remain in this Grand Prix. It has been the QBR Yo show from the beginning. After Gil left the session, that was everyone's challenge over. He has led this race from the very beginning. He set the fastest lap ahead of Gil. Gil's now down in 7th place, so looks like the trend continues. One of these guys does well, the other has a pretty poor race, down in 7th place. Not good by Gil standards. Flying through 130R, hardly lifting off at all. Now braking heavily into Casio Triangle, using as much curve as he can to start the final lap of the Grand Prix. Is this battle between Timon and Ginger going to see it end, or are they going to be fighting until the very last lap? Surely his DRS problem is going to be fixed. Yes it is. So with DRS assistance down the straight, powering, using the Mercedes. It's Mercedes against Ferrari engines into turn number 1. He's going to dive up the inside. Has he made the move stick? No, he hasn't. How has Ginger held it through here? We're going to watch this battle to the very death of this race, as through the S's they come. It is still Timon and the yellow flags in sector 3. I think that might be for Terra Racer, who's been involved in an incident somewhere on track. So it is Ginger through Dunlop Curve, still leading Timon. This is the battle for second place on the podium. Who is going to take it? Is it going to be Ginger or Timon? Is Timon going to maybe tend to move up the inside through the hairpin? No, he's not. So this is going to continue down until Spoon. He does not look like he's getting the better exit out of him. And Ginger's pushing all he can, using as much ERS available to him. He still has more ERS than Timon. With with Slipstream, can Timon take the position through 130? That would be an incredible move, but it does not look like he's going to be able to do so. So I think Ginger's going to hang on to P2 in this Grand Prix as Joost finishes the race. It's been a dominant display from the Dutchie. Coming around the final corner comes Ginger. He's weaving ahead. Is it going to be P2 for him? No, it's not. Timon's going to take P2 in a race-long battle. What about Flip Flop Fish, who's just managed to dive up the inside of Gil? They're going to have a nice run down to the line. Who's going to take the position? It's going to be Flip Flop Fish, taking 6th place with no penalties at all. 7-8 for the Haas drivers. Plewers and Ball displaces ILRT Jordan, who caps off a terrible race with an unserved penalty, and Terror Racer's going to pick up the scraps, weaving it into the wall. So that is the end of the race today. We're just waiting for Blue Racer, who managed to set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. He's gonna come home for a lowly P14. He made 2 stops today. And so Joost takes his 5th win of the season. He stands atop the podium. Timon to his right, Ginger to his left. The Dutchies lock out the podium positions. My throat is dying. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for Dutch drivers. QVR Joost wins the Grand Prix. Timon in 2nd place. 3rd for Ginger. 4th for Alan. Simply takes up 5th. Then Flip Flop in 6th place. Gil and Nolan in the Haas cars take up 7 and 8. Plewers and Ball 9th on his debut. Then 10th for ILRT Jordan. That is your last point scorer. The rest of the grid follows Terror Racer, Louis, Michelizzi, Blue Racer, then disconnecting from the session is T1000 Zach, and your 3 DNFs today were VRT Shapalele, Dylan Warren and Crockett Gamer. So I hope you have enjoyed this Grand Prix. I have been me, you have been bloody you. Have a good